Hey guys, what's up? This is Shubhadeep from eGadgets for you, and in this video I have the new LeEco Cool One dual handset with me, and I have been using this particular handset as my primary phone for more than 2 weeks. So it's time to give a full detailed review regarding this particular device. So let's dig deep without further ado. At first, let's start with the build quality of this particular device. The LeEco Cool One Dual is made out of premium metal, as you can see. The volume rocker buttons and the screen lock buttons are also made out of metal and are nicely crafted in this particular device, as you can see over here. The curved edges at the back make sure of the fact that the holding of this particular device is simply awesome and superb. Towards the front also you will see that it displays a near bezel-less finish also over here. So that does adds up to the wow factor. As is quite evident in the Android handsets nowadays, the fingerprint scanners are present at the back, and with the LeEco Cool One Dual it works without fail each and every time that I have used it. Although it's not the fastest, I must say, but yeah, it's pretty responsive. The UI feeling in LeEco Cool One Dual is exactly similar to the previous LeEco handsets if you have used one. As was also evident in the comparison video between the LeEco and the LeEco Cool One Dual that I have made, I have shown you that each and every customizations, even in the settings department, is absolutely similar. There is no changes in the UI department from CoolPad or the LeEco Ventures on this particular device as well. If we get to about phone, you will find that this particular version runs on the Android 6.0.1, which is Marshmallow. I hope it will soon get the Nougat update as well. Now comes the main minus point in this particular device, that is the absence of an external micro SD card. I am pretty much disappointed because this has been a wonderful handset and the experience has been really great, but they could have easily added a micro SD card. You are stuck with the 32 gigs of internal storage as of now only, and if you are a heavy user with your cameras and all, you will get a bit of shortage in space as it goes along or as you use it further along. There was no bloatware present in this particular device whatsoever, and it was pretty responsive as well. As is seen in the Antutu benchmark test over there, this is a mediocre handset that is priced something around 13,999 rupees, and the score is 82,594, which is pretty awesome considering it's a mid-range handset. If we dig deep into the info of this particular handset, you will find that the LeEco Cool One Dual sports a Qualcomm Snapdragon 652 chipset that runs on an octa-core processor with 2 cores. The first 4 cores has a clock speed of 1.2 GHz on Cortex A5 III, and the next 4 cores has a clock speed of 1.8 GHz on Cortex A7 II. It has a GPU of Adreno 510. It has 4 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of internal memory. So those are wonderful specs, and mind you, the performance in this particular device was pretty awesome. Browsing the net was an absolute delight, as we have used touch to focus pretty easily and pretty smoothly. The touch sensation in this particular device is also superb, and obviously viewing angles, reading the net, browsing the net and stuffs are pretty clear and pretty awesome. Even while gaming, while playing games like Asphalt 8, this particular handset did not lag, and also there was no hitting issues whatsoever. There was some warming parts here and there if you are playing games for a stretch of about 45 minutes or so, but that is quite understandable because it's a metal build handset. Then again, the performance in this particular device from a gaming perspective is simply awesome. The LeEco CoolPad Cool One Dual, the joint collaboration from LeEco and CoolPad, sports a 5.5 inch of screen size. It has IPS LCD capacitive touchscreen with 16 mm of color. It supports a resolution of 1080 into 1920 pixels, so it supports full HD display. It has a pixel density of 401 ppi, and it runs on EUI version 5.8 on top. The viewing angles due to the presence of IPS panel are awesome. The display, the brightness, the saturation levels are just perfect. No complaints whatsoever from a display perspective. Watching movies, browsing the internet is absolute delight from a display perspective. The adaptive brightness present in this particular device also works to a great deal while viewing the phones in heavy sunlight and outdoor conditions as well. The LeEco Cool One Dual sports a 4060 mAh battery sealed at the back. Mind you, it's a powerful battery. My complaint with this particular device, also has to say from a battery perspective, is that it takes 2 hours and 10 minutes to charge from 0% to 100% fully. So it does not support fast charging, and it's also not Qualcomm certified charger unit that you get in this particular device as well. But then again, the performance in the battery department, the battery vehicle capacity is simply amazing. In high usage with 4G, I have kept my Jio 4G activated the whole day and have done some gaming, browsed the nets, received calls, made calls. But then again, as you can see in the report displayed over here, the battery lasted for more than 2 working days, and that is simply amazing in this particular device. Let's talk about a con in this particular device in an interesting way. This particular device has a 3.5mm jack input point, which was missing in all the previous LeEco handsets, and they used a Type-C headphone in those devices. But having said that, inclusion of a 3.5mm jack input and no headphones present in the device or in the box is simply not amazing. That is something which LeEco or CoolPad should have done. They should have included a headphone in this particular device. The call quality in this particular device is simply amazing. The earpiece is quite clear, crisp, and does a great deal for your earphones as well. Also, the keypad over here is evenly spaced, so that does adds up to the wow factor while making a call or dialing in numbers over here as well. In fact, this particular device also has a 4G VoLTE capability with this particular calling facilities as well. So that does adds up to the wow factor with your Jio SIM. The most important USP or the aspect in this particular device is the inclusion of a dual 13 megapixel shooter at the back. The camera interface is very easy to use, and of course you get a lot of options to choose from your photo. You also get the pre-installed beauty mode pre-installed over here, and the front megapixel shooter is a 8 megapixel one, which is also great. Both the cameras sports a focal aperture of f/2.0. As I have made a dedicated camera review video in this particular device, you have seen that the camera capacity in this particular device is simply amazing in outdoor conditions or in bright light conditions as well. In very low light condition it fails, but it does not fail miserably. The 13 megapixel shooter, or so as to say that the dual LED flash and the dual 13 megapixel shooter at the back, make sure of the fact that the exposure values are superb in your particular handset. So all in all, in this price range you get a decent camera also in the LeEco Cool One Dual as well. So guys, let me just point out the pros and the cons list of this LeEco Cool One Dual handset, the joint collaboration from LeEco and CoolPad. First of all, it's priced at 13,999 INR, so that is a mid-range device and it's a good pricing, I must say. It has a Qualcomm Snapdragon 652 chipset, it has 4 gigs of RAM, dual 13 megapixel shooter at the back, 8 megapixel shooter at the front, and obviously it has a great battery vehicle capacity. It has good build to it also, inclusion of 3.5mm jack input point also. Now let's take a look at the cons, and these are very interesting. First of all, no provision for a micro SD card. That is simply not cool with the CoolPad. And the next most important thing, they have included a 3.5mm jack input point, but no headphones in this device. I was simply pissed off at this particular point. They should have easily included a headphone. It would have been an amazing deal in this price range for this particular device. Even noteworthy point over here is that they do not support fast charging as well. But this, I can live with the micro SD card in exclusion and the fast charging aspect also, because it has a good battery vehicle capacity, but I cannot live with the non-inclusion of a microphone. Come on LeEco, should have done wonder with a microphone at least. But then again, these are my opinions. Do let me know your views and your opinions in the comment section below. And if this video was helpful, please don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. That's it guys, bye for now.